The opinions expressed in this show are the views of the host and not necessarily that of WTRW, 94.3 The Talker, or the Bold Gold Media Group.
The following presentation is paid for by Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate, who is solely responsible for its content. Portions transcribed.
All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
Hi, I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Welcome to the Real Estate Roundtable on 94.3 FM The Talker. I'm here with my husband, fellow realtor, Pat Devaney.
Good morning, Jackie.
How are you?
How are you?
I beat you.
I am wonderful.
I'm well, thank you. We have with us two special guests today. We have Tanis Kowalczyk, co-owner of Will-O-Wisp Organic Farm and director of Farms Art Collective. We also have Jess Beveridge, greenhouse manager of Will-O-Wisp Organic Farm and company manager of Farms Art Collective. Hello, ladies.
Hello. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m., where we talk real estate. We have an exceptional real estate office with many full-time realtors who've been listing, selling, and appraising real estate for over 50 years.
During the week, feel free to email us with any questions you have at questions@jruddy.com. That's questions@jruddy.com, or you can give us a call at 570-344-6724. And when you go to jruddy.com, click on the webcam tab, and we have the webcam on top of the building with a live view of Dunmore Corners. And I think we're done with the snow, but you never know.
You don't know.
You don't know
That's
with the wacky
just
weather around here.
Yes. View our listings, search the MLS listings, and listen to archive radio shows by going to jruddy.com. That's mobile friendly, jruddy.com, where we also have all the popular podcast apps that we feature the radio show on. Okay, ladies, once again, Tanis Kowalczyk, co-owner of Will-O-Wisp Organic Farm and director of Farms Art Collective. Jess Beveridge, greenhouse manager of Will-O-Wisp Organic Farm and company manager of Farms Art Collective. So, Tanis, please tell me about Will-O-Wisp Organic Farms, how long you've been there, and also your Farms Art Collective program.
Sure. So my husband, Greg Swartz, and I, we started Will-O-Wisp Organic Farm about 15 years ago. We established the farm in Damascus, Pennsylvania. So we're in Wayne County, northeast Wayne County. And we began growing mostly vegetables and herbs, and I proposed to Greg that I should do something that he didn't already know. He'd been farming in the area for about 7 years on different farms as an apprentice, and I was like, why don't I do something that's like something different from you? Because, you know, it's like hard to work with your partner. You guys know it can have its challenges.
Clue what you're talking about.
So I was like, I want to do my own project, you know, and have like kind of independence. So I proposed flower farming for the cut flower trade, and local flowers was becoming more and more popular for florists to buy local and for people to buy their own flowers like at farmers markets and whatnot. So I started researching and making tons of mistakes, but eventually got to be pretty proficient at the cut flower growing trade. And of course, we're organic, so we don't use any pesticides. And the cut flower trade is pretty reliant on that, you know, for growers that mostly are in South America, now more and more in the United States. But so just to learn how to grow organically was a challenge, because you just can't rely on killing insects with pesticides, which is fine by me. I mean, that's just not our philosophy at all. We are organically certified, in fact. So that's the farm. The farm now, you know, we actually moved about 7 or 8 years ago to a bigger property. So we started on 12 acres. We're now operating on 30 acres. We're irrigating from the Delaware River because we're right on the Delaware. And now we are selling at 2 local markets, as well as 2 city markets, New York City markets, one at Union Square on Wednesdays and Grand Army Plaza on Saturdays, and selling to a lot of restaurants.
Grand Army Plaza, that's my old neighborhood. I grew up right there.
Yeah, I can hear by your accent.
He says he lost it.
Oh, I don't know.
Nope.
So anyway, so that's our, we're a successful business. We got 15 employees, locally, local people who work on the farm. It's just like a really great business. And so I really wanted to, I'm an artist I was an artist who married a farmer. I still am an artist. I'm a theater person. And I married the farmer. So I was like, I've got to bring my theater work to the farm. I'd been doing theater in theaters in the area, in New York City, and I was like, I want to bring that to the farm. So I started Farm Arts Collective in 2018. I noticed that people love coming to the farm. They love walking around the farm. So we're making plays and doing educational events on the farm where people can interact with the land but also enjoy culture and art. So the mission of Farm Arts Collective is to bring together farming, art, food, and ecology, to bring those things together to improve our community and to offer all kinds of educational and experiential opportunities and to really get people together on the farm.
And some of the stuff you sell, you said, is sold in top restaurants, some of the top 100 restaurants in the country.
In New York City.
You're really high quality.
Yes, people appreciate our vegetables. Top chefs, like we sell to many Jean-Georges restaurants. If people know Jean-Georges, he's like a pretty famous chef in the city, in the world. So yeah, we appreciate our product is appreciated, and the product is so good. The flowers that Jess and I grow, as well as the vegetables and herbs, are beautiful because the soil is really looked after. The soil is constantly being improved. We are constantly feeding the soil with cover crops. We're treating it well. We're not inputting chemicals. We're inputting organic matter. You constantly input organic matter. Till it in. You rest your soil for we rest like fallow. We fallow like one quarter of our farm. No, it's maybe 1/5. 1/5 of our farm is in fallow every year. So that means we're resting the soil and we're improving it.
So what do you put in? What is, when I think of organic, I think of like cow dung or something. I mean, I'm no farmer.
Well,
as you can tell.
As Tanis is talking, I'm thinking about how you're from New York City and you call me a country girl.
Yeah,
and that
I have the tractor with
country.
16 acres. I'm the guy up on the tractor clearing the field.
Okay.
I am. I confess.
But I don't know anything about farming and farmers and farmlands.
Well, we have the apple orchard, and I planted a bunch of big, giant new apple trees. I had the guy come in and get the biggest apple trees I could because we have an orchard, and the apple trees are like 125 years old. So I might be talking to you about getting somebody up there to kind of give these things a trim because they're wild and crazy. And you talk about deer. I think I have herds of deer that live on the land up there.
And they're doing a good job pruning your apple
they're pruning.
trees.
Yeah, they don't prune the field that needs to be pruned, but they take care of the apple trees.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a good apple here.
But we do have a lot of farmland around us.
Up there, lots of farmland around here.
Yeah, but we've never had anybody come on the show to discuss this. This is fascinating.
Yeah, so the farming, you want to take care of your land. You want to leave your land better than when you first got it. That's like a philosophy of organic. But I think, organic or not, all the farmers in our area are so connected and relating to their land. They want to make improvements. They want to grow beautiful apples or hay or there's a lot of dairy farming in the area. There's a huge tradition of dairy farming in Wayne County, and there's a lot of people still doing it. And it's a great life to use your land and to make a business out of your land, and more people are doing it. Actually, the agriculture in Wayne County is actually expanding right now. There's a lot of interesting new farms.
So we have 16 acres up there on the side of a hill, and there's fields. There's only like 1.5 acres of apple trees, but the fields, and every year I go and I get the big tractor with the big brush hog on the back, and I clear it back and forth, and I just let everything sit on the soil. And I've been doing that for 10 or 12 years. I don't clear it or anything. So is that what I should be doing? Just cutting it and letting it go back into the soil?
Yeah, that's what you can do, or till it back in if you can get it tilled in.
That means I need to buy more stuff for the tractor, dear. She just told me I have to go to the farm supply store and get a tiller. I don't even know what it is, but I'm going to get one.
You don't know what it is, and you don't know how to use it, so forget it.
I'll watch a YouTube video.
Okay.
There you go.
Well,
that solves a bunch.
One of the one of the reasons we formed Farm Arts Collective was to be able to offer classes on farming. So we actually have lot of interesting classes that you can come to, buddy.
I think it's time for you ladies to leave. Thank you for joining the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21.
And then you get those damn New Yorkers up there with that accent coming in.
Okay.
But yeah, we have one on cover crops. Actually, we're giving a workshop this summer at the farm on cover crops. So you could actually come and learn about that. It's a couple hours on a Sunday, it's June 31st.
June 31st, yeah.
And Greg, my husband, will be teaching it. And it's for everyone. People can have a home garden and cover crop your home garden in the autumn. And that the cover crop will grow. It'll kill out the weeds you don't want. You till it in the spring, and then you can have a beautiful, rich soil.
What is a cover crop?
A cover crop is just like anything like oats or peas or vetch, something you want to put in that will just grow like a grass or like any kind of crop, really, that is something you till back in. So it's green fertilizer. You're just putting it back into the soil with a rototiller. You need a rototiller for that kind of thing.
On the list.
Yeah. But a rototiller is not too bad. There's some smaller ones you can get for a smaller plot. You want a big one though. So that's that's some of the work we're doing on the farm is educating people who are interested. There's interested in farming, interested in growing, interested in food and agriculture and making their own little land, plot there on their land.
So someone can visit that has a 50 by 100 lot as well as 50 acres.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. So there's something for everyone, right? And so are visitors welcome daily, or do you have certain days that you would open to the public?
Will-O-Wisp Organic Farm is a working farm with a lot of machinery rolling everywhere, a lot of people working. So we don't have an open door. It's just imagine
sense.
Walking into any factory. It's like, no, we're working here. You know what I mean? Not right now. But what we're doing with Farm Arts Collective is we're the educational branch and we're the community engagement branch of the farm. So we have days lined up. I brought this schedule for you to look at. We have every weekend from May to October, there's something going on where people can come to the farm and take a workshop or see a performance or get involved.
And that's probably on that schedule is probably on the internet somewhere on your website or on social media, right? So our listeners can visit your website.
Yep. FarmArtsCollective.org.
And we are also on Facebook and Instagram. Farm Arts Collective is our handle. And right now on our website is our calendar, which is live with all links to purchase tickets. And there's tons more information on there, so check it out.
So everybody these days, very mindful, not everybody, but a lot of people are mindful of health, healthier living, healthier foods, and they're choosing organic in the grocery stores when they're making their purchases. So, I think this is now a way of life for many people, and they want to be able to do this at home, in their kitchens, on their patios, in their backyards. So what advice do you have for people that are looking to do something on a smaller scale than what you're used to?
Well, you can build a small patch, take some of your backyard or even a raised bed, till it, get some really nice soil, maybe some compost or some manure, make a nice mix of soil. And your local Agway or your local garden store can be really helpful in just getting the supplies you need. So go to your local store. And then I would say, Jess here is our greenhouse plant expert. You go to a good greenhouse that you trust and get some healthy plants. And maybe I'll pass the mic to Jess, and she can talk a little bit about the kind of plants you could put into your garden.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, we do at Will-O-Wisp Organic Farm, we start plants we sell to the Agway in Callicoon. So we start a bunch of different plants and some flower varieties that we sell there so that you can go there and get our organic vegetables. And like Tanis was saying, you can go to any of your local garden centers and they should have an organic section there. And they will have organic soil. And if you just ask them, they will be more more than happy to help you out and to show you the different things. But really, plant whatever you want to eat, right? Lettuce is pretty easy. Tomatoes aren't bad. And then you can also like take your green onions that you have, cut all the way down, and you can take those little roots and put them in water or put them in soil. And you can do that on your windowsill in your kitchen. Or you can take the flower boxes that you usually put, your flowers in and put different herbs in there. And you can have that on your back deck. There's a lot of opportunities to be able to grow your own food on a small scale. It doesn't have to be anything big like we're doing, but you can buy 2 or 3 little seed starter trays from your local Agway or True Value and put some good soil in there and buy a little packet of seeds and just test it out. It's really easy, and it's fun too because you see the whole process of it. And if you're actually doing it yourself, like everything at Will-O-Wisp is literally planted by seed. It is harvested by seed. It is, by hand. It is weeded by hand. It's processed by hand. So we do everything with our hands, which makes it even more magical because you're actually doing it yourself and you're seeing the results. And I think the one thing that I really enjoy about working in the greenhouse is you go in 1 hour and you look at it, and then like 2 hours later, it looks different because things have grown, which is really, really magical. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunity to do that for yourself, by yourself, in your home. And, a local Agway or True Value would be more than happy to help you out with stuff.
Okay, Tanis Kowalczyk, co-owner of Will-O-Wisp Organic Farm, director of Farms Art Collective, and Jess Beveridge, greenhouse manager at Will-O-Wisp Organic Farm and company manager of Farms Art Collective, are here with us today. How does someone find you on the internet, or can they call the farm?
You can go to willowisporganic.com, and there is a bunch of information there. And then farmartscollective.org has a bunch of information there. We prefer emails over calling, but absolutely all of the information is on both of those websites. Fabulous.
Thank you, ladies. Pat, would you like to review a listing, please?
Yes, we have a move-in condition, 3-bedroom, 2-bath home at 1425 Olive Street in Scranton for $180,000. This lovely home, it's a nice home. It's got a modern kitchen, newer appliances, hardwood flooring. It's got a large living room, dining room combination, plenty of closet space. It's got a first-floor laundry. All of this is located on a corner lot with a fenced-in yard and space to build a workshop, where you could plant like one of those raised gardens that you guys were talking about in the back. That's a move-in condition, 3-bedroom, 2-bath home at 1425 Olive Street in Scranton for $180,000. And that's listed by James Caceres of our office.
Rinker Inc. specializes in automatic generator and power storage systems, ductless heating, and air conditioning, and they are our special sponsor this week. Rinker Inc. are also your full-service electricians serving the area for over 35 years. Customer satisfaction is Rinker's number one priority. Their focus is on quality workmanship along with honesty and integrity. Rinker combines their knowledge and extensive experience to ensure your needs are met. Contact Rinker today. Call 570-698-9696. That's 570-698-9696. And visit them at gorinkerinc.com. They look forward to adding you to their long list of happy customers. And I'd like to welcome James Gilhooly. He's the latest and greatest addition to our office, Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate. James was raised in the Green Ridge section of Scranton. He graduated from Central High School in 1986. He then attended Penn State University. He majored in business administration. He is a 27-year veteran of the Pennsylvania Department of Corrections. He retired as a supervisor background investigator. He also worked as a service officer with the University of Scranton Police Department. He's married to the former Margaretta Williams. He resides in Dunmore and has twin daughters, Catherine and Megan. They are seniors at Dunmore High School. Having spent all his life in Scranton and Dunmore, he's extremely familiar with all sections of the city and borough, and also Lackawanna County. Becoming a realtor is the culmination of decades-long aspiration. His hobbies include home improvement projects, fishing, kayaking, and hiking.
I know his father. That's how old I am.
Welcome.
Friends with his dad.
Welcome, James Gilhooly, to our real estate family. We're headed towards a break. We'll be back in just a few moments with more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate on 94.3 The Talker. When considering to sell or buy a home, why choose Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate? Let me tell you why. 70% of home buyers settle for the first agent they meet, and many regret it. 90% of home sellers hire an agent, but was it the right choice? Don't have agent remorse. I'm Jackie Ruddy, and I've been in and around the real estate business for most of my life. And at Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate, we've been selling real estate for half a century. But we do not do it halfway. You deserve better than average. Average doesn't help you. We know it's all about you and what you need. Century 21 is the #1 in brand awareness, is the most recognized name in real estate, and is the most respected in the industry. In this market, if you dream big, you need to move fast. So it makes perfect sense to contact Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate, 570-344-6724, and visit jready.com. That's JRUDDY.com. Now resuming our conversation on the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. We are with Tanis Kowalczyk, co-owner of Willow Wisp Organic Farm, director of Farm Arts Collective, Jess Beveridge, greenhouse manager of Willow Wisp Organic Farm, and company manager of Farm Arts Collective. Okay, ladies, I wanted to ask Jess, please, about all the nifty things, beautiful things that you are growing, the plants. Let's talk a little bit more specifically about those plants in the greenhouse, please.
Sure. Yeah. So we have a bunch of different things happening in the greenhouse right now. We just did, I think, one of our second biggest seedings of the season. And like I said before, we start everything by hand and everything by seed, which is really magical. Right now, we have a bunch of different lettuces. We just planted some tomatoes. We have some rosemary that's in there. We have some oregano. We just transplanted inside of the heated greenhouse some tarragon plants that were overwintered in one of our hoop houses. So we put that in there. We have a bunch of parsley growing. We have some fennel planted. We have some asparagus, some broccolini. We have some cabbages going. I'm trying to remember all the different things. We have some chives happening. And then a bunch of different flowers that we just took care of. We have some snapdragons, scabiosa, all of the different flowers, which I'm blanking on right now. But yeah, we do have a bunch of different vegetables happening in the greenhouses, and we actually just transplanted our first round of lettuce from the starter trays into the actual soil last week. So they are going to be ready to harvest pretty soon, which is really exciting.
But the soil in a greenhouse, not outside.
Oh, yeah, soil in the greenhouse. So it's heated. It's still climate controlled. It's not outside. Don't plant anything outside yet. It's too early for that. Even though it seems like it's spring-like, we don't know yet what the weather is going to bring. And usually when, at least with my trend is when it gets like warm and we plant stuff, it's like the next week where we have like a cold snap and then everything kind of goes no good. But yeah, so everything right now is in a climate controlled heated greenhouse. And that's why it's doing so well.
Very good. Okay. So Tanis has got your back on those flowers.
I know she does.
Yes.
I know she does.
So let's talk about flowers.
Sure. There's two kinds of plants, two kinds of flowers that a gardener could grow. One is perennial. Perennial means it comes back every year. So when you put it in your ground, in your garden, it's kind of semi-permanent, unless you want to dig it up. So we have perennial flowers, and then we have the annual flowers. And annual means you're going to start your seed or plant your seed every year, and it's going to come up, and then when it gets cold, the plant's going to die. So we are establishing a brand new perennial bed on our farm, which is very exciting. So you get to kind of like start fresh, thinking about all the plants that you want to keep nourishing over the next like many years. And so some perennials that are really great garden favorites. And let me also say, this is all for cutting. So people who want to have a garden where you can cut a flower and put it in your house and make your house beautiful and smell beautiful. Those are the kind of flowers that I'm going to be talking about today. So one of my favorites is delphinium. Delphinium is an early flower. That's a blue flower that's really tall. It's an English garden type flower. I love those. They're tricky to start, so you probably want to just buy the starts from a garden store. I had a big failure this year trying to start. I literally pre-sprouted 600 seeds. I tweezered them into like the little trays, and I only got 50 successes. 50 out of 600. This is the worst experience I've ever had. And those things happen as a farmer. You know, sometimes you're just like, what did I do wrong? And sometimes you don't need, there's no real answer. Sometimes it just, nature's funny that way, you know? But on the other hand, some other perennials that I've grown are doing really great. Like yarrow is another wonderful perennial. And yarrow is a kind of like a prairie flower. It looks like a prairie grass. It's a flower. It's got little teeny tiny clusters of flowers. The yarrow is a beautiful plant to grow. It's really hardy. It will come up pretty early as well. Peonies are another one of our favorites on our farm. Peonies are a beautiful smelling flower. It comes up in June, and every year your plant will get bigger and bigger. It's a grandma favorite, the peony. Tulips and daffodils, of course. Planted. Those are corms that you plant in the fall, but they'll keep coming back year after year, and you just want to keep adding those plants into your mix. As far as annuals go, zinnias are the workhorse of our farm. Zinnias are incredibly hardy. They're incredibly colorful. They love the heat. They don't get freaked out too much if you forget to water them. They'll keep surviving. They're like a good, like kind of Mexican flower. They love the heat and the dry. And they like being cut. And they love being cut. So they're a flower that's called cut and come again. So if you put a zinnia in your garden and you cut it, you'll actually keep getting more and more because they thrive on being cut. Mm-hmm. So I can't recommend a zinnia more. Marigolds, tall marigolds are another one, not the short ones. We don't do the French style. We do the tall marigolds, and those are the ones that can get pretty tall. Sunflowers are another wonderful annual. There's multi-branching types, and there's also single stem types, and both are wonderful for cut flowers and also to make your garden and your yard just beautiful and so happy. There's snapdragons, as Jess mentioned. Snapdragons are a wonderful, wonderful flower. We grow the taller ones, again, for cut flowers, for vases. What else do we have? Calendula. Poppies. Poppies and calendula are another kind of early flowers that we're growing. There's something called ageratum, which you can get as the short landscaping ageratum or the tall ageratum, and that's like kind of a furry blue flower. So, you can really build a beautiful garden. If you look on your seed package or on your starts, your little seedling starts, it shows you how tall the plant will get. And you want to develop a garden that has multiple levels, and you want the tallest in the back and the medium in the middle and the shortest in the front for landscaping. But I just really enjoy these flowers that you can cut to bring into your house. It's just so lovely.
Thank you, ladies. Tanis Kowalczyk, co-owner of Willow Wisp Organic Farm, director of Farm Arts Collective, Jess Beveridge, greenhouse manager of Willow Wisp Organic Farm, and company manager of Farm Arts Collective. How does someone contact you? The best way is email, right? So they go to your website?
Yeah, go to our website. Whether you want to go to the farm site, you can go to willowwisporganic.com or farmartscollective.org. And our emails are on there, Tanis at Farm Arts Collective, Jess at Farm Arts Collective, and get in touch, come out to see one of our performances or come to one of the farming classes that we're offering this year. There's a lot that we offer and that we would love to just meet more people in our community who are interested in farming and food and art and ecology.
Thank you. That's all for today's Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate. Join us again next weekend where we'll also have Tanis and Jess come back and talk to us more about farming and all that you do with your Farm Arts Collective program. Same time, same place. Saturdays at 11 a.m., Sundays at 11:30 a.m. on 94.3 The Talker.